Hey guys, today we're coming from a lost planet in a galaxy far, far away. Let's get into it.
What's up, my nerds? Welcome back to Till the End of the Line podcast. I am the nerd with those laughs, and always to the left of me,
Nerd with the knowledge.
that's right. As he said, we are in a galaxy far, far away. A new part of the galaxy for us.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
A planet that seems to be lost.
Yeah, which we are going to dive more into. But yeah, we're going to be covering Skeleton Crew. First 2 episodes dropped of the season, which seems to be on par with Disney's shows, both Marvel side and really just
anything on Disney Plus.
Yeah, they like to drop first 2 episodes. I'm with it. I like it. It's cool to see because we get like a nice little taste of what the show is gonna be.
Yeah,
and then it drops.
That pilot episode, that first one is like, it's either the banger, or you're like,
at least you're like, what? What else is
there?
Yeah.
What? I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And giving 2, you're like, okay, cool. This is cool. Okay, now let's see this one.
I feel like it's a really good way to hook people in because you get like a nice chunk of the show in the beginning. So we're going to dive more into episodes 1 and 2 today. But first, we got some nerd news for you guys.
Yo.
So today we have just a little bit of news going on. We have, first and foremost, sticking with the Star Wars theme, Jeremy Allen from projects like Shameless and The Bear. Jeremy Allen White has been cast as Jabba the Hutt's son in The Mandalorian and Grogu. Cool.
Yeah.
Did not see this as a character that they were going to dive into, or at least
have a
live action role.
Or a character or an actor play that role? Because usually it's just voiceover.
Yeah, anybody could do the Jabba the Hutt thing.
Yeah.
Now, do you see this being a character that's going to be in more projects like Jabba the Hutt was in other projects? Or do you think it's just specifically for Mandalorian Grogu and then that's it?
Yeah, I'm eager to see, like, maybe this is like a bastard son where Jabba the Hutt had a child with a humanoid alien.
Well, I don't know, because it looks like a hut still.
It is?
It is. The baby is the picture. I don't know if you didn't swipe over, but it's the picture of a baby hut.
Right, but is that, like, legit?
That is the character that he's playing.
Okay.
So it's only voiceover work. And now it doesn't say, but is it? Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, but that's the animated one.
Right. So
that's one of Jabba
that's
the
who
Hutt's.
he's playing. That's who he's playing. So
I don't know
now
if it's
my
that
question
one, though.
is, this is the movie, right? They're no longer doing a season. They're finishing
Of what?
Of Mandalorian Grogu, or are we
I think
getting
both are happening.
So which one is he playing it in? It would be my next question.
Well, Mandalorian and Grogu is a movie.
Is the movie the name of the movie? Right. Okay. You're right. So I didn't think about that. Okay.
But again, I mean, they can change some things up. It could, like I said, it could be a bastard son where it's a humanoid alien and Hutt, and it's one of his like
slaves.
Yeah. I was gonna say the S word.
Oh no.
This is probably what it was, and then got it pregnant, and now had
the S word.
Sex.
Bruh. Oh God. What? Why would you censor that?
I don't know.
You're so weird. Okay.
Anyway,
that's the weirdest word to censor.
I didn't want to say the slave and that part together.
Oh, okay. All right. That I can understand. Okay. It's all right.
So the S word.
So that will from now on be how we say sex is the S word.
But yeah, so right. maybe some like I said, like and it still resembles a Hutt, like he still has a long
chubby
tail.
ass person with skinny legs.
But it still has legs,
Okay. All right. That'd be interesting to see if they do that. If anybody wants to send some fan art.
Kind of like the Balchinian from...
oh, God.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, from Men in Black 3. Yeah. That's hilarious. If anybody wants to do some fan art of that, we would love to see it.
Hell yeah.
All right, so next bit of news. What do you got?
So Chris Evans, this one I'm excited for. So he is returning to the Marvel Universe as part of the cast of Avengers Doomsday. But the role is not known. So it's not known to the public.
The role or the capacity in which he's involved in the project.
Right.
So he could be producer credit or executive producer, something.
No. No. He is involved in the cast.
Oh, it did say cast?
It did
I
say
didn't
cast.
see that. It
So
does
he's
says in the
definitely
project.
gonna
Okay.
do something. We don't know who. He can be Johnny.
This being Doom, would you like to see him as Johnny in this one? Like in the a proper Johnny, not the joke Johnny that he did in Deadpool and Wolverine.
I wouldn't. He wasn't really a joke.
No, not a joke. The way he portrayed it was to be a funny Johnny Storm.
Oh yeah, but
That's
he was
what I
that
mean.
in the original 2 movies.
He was more like smart aleck jokester type, not a
Playboy.
right, exactly, playboy. He wasn't really the funny man. He was just a smart ass, and it was just usually funny.
Okay, fair point.
You know what I mean? And to that playboy fact, like
Yeah.
he was big onto that.
So, I wouldn't mind seeing him in anything and any role, to be
Okay.
honest.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to see Hydra Cap.
Interesting. You think they would put that in Doomsday?
Maybe he's partnered with Doom.
I like
You know?
that. So instead of Tony Cap, it's Doom
and
Hydra Cap. I like that a lot.
It'd be cool.
That's it. I think if Chris Evans comes back, Hydra Cap is a cool way to do it. Just because, and then it's a play on him still being Captain America, but just the way we haven't seen it.
Right.
Only in the comics has that been depicted. Which they kind of played to that in Endgame, where he quote unquote was Hydra Cap in the elevator. Mm-hmm. But he was only that to the guys in the elevator. That's it.
Yeah.
But that'd be interesting to see. I'm down with that.
I think would be fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why exactly the end game reason is the reason why I would like to see that, because maybe they
It was teased there, yeah.
right, and maybe because he said something created a branch, because he shouldn't have known that. So he disclosed
Very
knowledge.
true,
Right.
very true.
So they're gonna approach the Cap that stayed in that timeline, be like, "Yo, you know,
Right. Because he wasn't even there. He met Cap downstairs when he had the scepter. So they're gonna assume he's Hydra Cap from then on.
yeah."
Holy shit! I
And then
never
something
thought
could
about
happen,
that.
or- yeah.
Interesting. That's oh my god. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a what if episode right there.
Oh my god, that's another thing I'm so excited for. Have
Yeah,
you seen the newer images of Storm with
I have not.
Mjolnir? Yeah, bro, she looks dope.
Well, I haven't seen new images of it. But I just saw what.
There's more recent ones of her, like,
Yeah?
with doing the superhero landing with the hammer.
Sickness.
Her standing with what's the Native American, the original? It's
To what if season 2?
yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember her name.
Kahori.
Oh yeah, Kahari. Yeah.
Kahari, right? Okay, cool.
yeah.
Her, and then I want to say Captain Britain.
Captain Britain. Peggy.
Peggy, yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
she's
I
in
think
it.
all 3 of them are standing together. It's all 3 girls.
Oh, okay.
In the image I'm thinking about.
Interesting.
I can't remember who the 3rd one is. It
Okay.
could be Peggy. It could be Sam. I don't remember who it was. But I know it's Kahari in the middle. And then if you're looking at the image to the left.
Yeah, Sam's Captain America's in season 3 of
Yeah,
What If.
for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, he is. But I don't know if that's the image I'm talking about.
Okay.
You could see like almost like a from a chest or from like a torso up of Storm. It looks dope.
Oh, nice.
She looks dope.
I would like to see She-Hulk in season 3 of What If. That'd be cool to have her part.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, I know it's not. I'm just saying I would have liked to have seen her in season 3 of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know this is the season finale, so
What do you mean season 3?
well, the
series
finale.
Oh, is it season 3? They're done. Oh,
they're wrapping it
not
up
good.
after that.
Boo for you.
But they're also, I don't know if it's real or not. Like they're talking about this Star Wars What If. Is that a real thing or is that fan?
So that was a fan speculation, and after What If had came out and stuff like that, someone made a fan art of like the Skywalker family as What If, so that as all Sith, like if Padme never died, and Anakin took them all to the dark side. So that was cool imagery, but then. There is sort of a Star Wars What If. It's Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, Darth
being
Jar Jar?
this, yeah, Darth Jar Jar.
Yeah, and they drive,
but that's Lego.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
That
Have you
looks
seen it?
cool. No, I have not. Have
Yeah,
you
it's
seen
like
it?
no, but I haven't seen like the imagery for it and like
I saw the trailer for it. Looked dope.
Yeah, it looks
Looked
cool,
pretty
and like they're flying the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
But it's an evil, all black.
Yeah. So that's the only closest thing to What If.
Yeah, Vader's all
I
white.
would so be down because there's so many. Just like Marvel, there's so many ways so many stories you could tell with that.
Yeah,
With the Star Wars universe.
yeah, no, I agree.
And there's no shortage of people that have ideas for that.
No, agree.
Absolutely not.
I agree. Yeah.
So in the last bit of news, now we have seen images of this. I don't know too much more about it, but
Yeah.
the Young Avengers, Xochitl Gomez, Catherine Newton, and Dominic Thorne, who are America Chavez, Cassie Lang, and
Riri Williams.
Riri Williams, Ironheart. They took a photo all together in their characters' costumes for a Disney cruise promo.
Yeah.
Now they're on the ship, chilling in like some lounge chairs, and they're all just hanging out together.
Yeah.
But like, it's really interesting to see them all in their costumes.
Right.
So it's like, begs the question: is it just for the promotion of this Disney cruise,
No,
or
'cause they know that the Young Avengers is going to happen, whether
Yeah.
it's a movie or a series, is yet.
I would like to see it as a
determined.
Disney Plus show?
I think it's going to be
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
series. Yeah, I think it's going to be a one-off, like 8 episode. I'm thinking of it like the Defenders. That's how. It's
Okay,
gonna,
I
that's
can
the
get with
vibe
that.
We're gonna get.
Yeah,
we're gonna tell
yeah.
a story together through all the episodes, and each one will have their like.
What I was saying was, the entire season would be showing them all in their own element, but coming together one by one, and then the finale is them teaming up all together. Similar to the way like Avengers was, where we see each one by themselves and then all come together.
Oh, the way Avengers, the first movie started.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that kind of layout is what I envision for the Young Avengers show.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's just the best way to tell a team up.
Yeah.
I think Josh Whedon nailed it with that.
Yeah. I wonder why we don't see what the fuck's her name? Wasn't Inhuman, now a mutant.
Miss Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonder why we didn't see her in a promo.
Or my girl, Kate Bishop.
Yeah. Well, I guess they are
Haley
bigger.
Steinfeld.
They both headline their own show.
But not only that, they were the only two on screen together. These three have not been on screen together.
This is true.
So, like, what does that mean too? You know, there's so many things to speculate
like,
from this image, but
Xochitl Gomez, and she was like the fourth most popular character in her movie that she was in.
okay,
Because it was a Doctor Strange movie, then Scarlet Witch, and I would even say Wong was more popular.
absolutely,
And then maybe her.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And then Riri was.
she was cool, but she was a side character,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and then who
and
else
she
was
definitely wasn't the star of that movie. Like, she
Yeah.
was a nice supporting character, for sure.
Yeah, and then Stature, so she was in. Yeah,
But she was bigger in her movie,
Yeah,
in
than Riri
retrospect than of the other characters. Yeah.
I think her and
Well, no,
Xochitl both-
Sochi they're pretty. They pretty much had the same role in their
Right.
respective movies. Yeah, man, like I said, I'm excited to see that team, that Young Avengers team. I think it's the time to tell that story would be now.
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing. When do you think we're gonna get that? Do you think we're gonna get it before or after?
Oh, it's gonna be after Doomsday, or it's gonna be well after that. It's probably gonna be into the Mutant Saga for sure. I don't see it happening before that.
So for Young Avengers, we have.
Cassie Lang.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Young Avengers, if you're nasty.
So who do you think's gonna be the leader? Miss Marvel?
No.
Who?
Yelena's Thunderbolt. She's not Young Avenger.
I would say Miss Marvel and Kate.
I was leaning more towards Kate Bishop because she's the oldest, possibly.
Yeah, but I feel like these two are.
Well, why don't we just list the Young Avengers first? So, Kate Bishop, Cassie Lang. We got Xochitl Gomez, America Chavez, Hulkling.
Hold on.
Okay.
Because Hulkling isn't confirmed. I'm saying who we've seen so far.
Oh, Wiccan. But we have seen Hulkling.
Oh, that's Scar.
Scar, sorry, that's who I meant. I'm
He's
sorry.
not a Young Avenger.
He is not. Are you
No,
sure?
Hulkling is.
Hulkling is not Scar?
No.
Oh, I thought that was one of the same.
Hulkling is a gay man that is Wiccan's boyfriend.
Right. Is that not...
No.
Oh, I thought that was Scar the whole time.
Hulkling is actually a Skrull.
That's true.
And
Okay.
this is Bruce Banner's son.
Yes.
Two different
Two
people.
different people.
Yeah.
Got it. So now which one is in Young Avengers, though?
Hulkling.
Hulkling.
Not Scar.
Okay. But
Okay.
Okay.
So we've seen America Chavez. Oh, so
You don't think Wiccan would be the leader?
No.
Okay.
I mean, Scarlet Witch wasn't ever a leader of.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point. Riri Williams. I think that is it that I can recall. I mean, yeah, I don't know,
one,
dude.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I say they lead them together because they have the personalities
Yeah.
to be
Miss Marvel was the one going around recruiting.
right, but they have the personalities to be Tony and
Cap.
and Steve.
Mhm.
Right. You know what I mean?
Okay. I see that then. I can follow that line of theory. Okay.
So I think they would be the
Them
leaders.
two. Okay.
And then Cassie as Thatcher. America Chavez.
I thought she's
What is America Chavez's hero name?
America Chavez.
Yeah, right. She doesn't have a hero name.
She doesn't have her name. Which I would have called her like Traveler or something like that. Like
That's horrible. Don't ever say that again.
why?
Traveler?
She travels through the multiverse.
Yeah.
You're not gonna call her multiverser.
No.
Yeah. Teleporter? No.
Yeah, she was just America Chavez.
Yeah. I don't know.
Whatevs.
Mary Chav.
Anywho.
All right. But yeah, I don't know. That's a good point.
So those are the first six that we have. So we have
Avengers had 6.
correct, but they don't really have too much power.
Okay.
So Billy is strong as shit.
You mean like brute power?
They don't have a brute force. So
No,
I
they
think
don't.
they'll bring in a Hulkling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Because Cassie Lang works when she's like,
Oh, and she giants
Big?
herself?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But either way, so let us know what you guys think of this photo that surfaced of the 3 women on that cruise.
you'll throw it up?
Yeah, I'll throw it up there.
Cool.
So for those who have not seen this, let us know your thoughts on that. We got anything else? I think that's about it for us.
That's
right,
it for nerd
that?
news, yeah.
All right. So make sure to like and subscribe and click that notification bell that sounds like that to keep up with the latest in nerd news. All right. Should we get to Skeleton Crew?
Absolutely.
Let's do
Absolutely.
it. All right. Skeleton Crew episode uno.
Yeah. Which is doing pretty decent on IMDb.
Okay, why don't you give us those stats?
So episode 1, if it loads,
Okay.
it's 7.4
All right.
out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then episode 2 jumped up to 7.7. Overall, the series is, I want to say about 7 point something also.
Okay. In the 7 still?
Yeah. And I can't complain. It was, I had zero expectations going into this.
Yeah.
It is, 7.2.
It is not the show I thought it was going to be, I'll tell you that much.
I had no idea what the fuck it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my kids love it.
Yeah, my expectation was the show is that it was going to be in the same realm that Rogue One and Andor. It was going to be that side of Star Wars, so it's going to be not Force centered. So it's going to be, your everyday guys, your
That
everyday
was a
people. Correct. But that's what I was coming in expecting the show to be.
Right.
Pleasantly surprised that that's not the case.
Yeah.
It is being told following those type of people, but it's still, very Force-centered and stuff like that in the way that, that is out there and stuff like that.
And I don't want ever to watch a Star Wars project and it not have either mention or allude to the Force.
Okay.
Because that's what Star Wars is. It's the balance of the Force.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily mean Jedi Sith.
Even people that don't wield the Force still talk about it in
they
the
believe
everyday.
in the Force as if it's like a
religionish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in a way that like
It's a faith. I guess no.
Yeah. It's just they believe it as a higher being and an entity.
A spirituality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. No,
But,
I agree.
I'm trying
I
to
totally
think of
agree.
what the name of the damn character is. The one that gives the Anakin's lightsaber to Rey. The little short chick, the older lady with the goggles.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The one who has a crush on Chewie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot her name.
But she's not a Jedi.
No.
But she's very Force sensitive.
Yes.
And I like that.
Yeah.
So I like that we see these different things. Now we don't know if I don't want to jump too far ahead into episode 2, but we see the Force be used, and it's like, okay, cool. I'm with it, bro. I'm with it. All right. So before we give away too much shit, let's jump into episode 1.
Yes. So episode 1, this could be a real adventure, is the title. Now, kids from an ordinary planet discover a surprising secret. Now, this one, we open up into open space.
Yeah.
And then we see a lone ship just floating. Is that the term? Just moving?
Drifting space.
Drifting is a better word. Drifting in space. And out of nowhere, just gets pierced on the side of the ship by these two large, like, penetrating tunnels that grab a hold of the ship.
Yeah. So I seen this as like in Pirates of the Caribbean when they pull up and they drop the planks so that they can board.
So they can board, yeah,
Right.
for sure.
But this thing's like a full on
aggressive as fuck. Yeah.
full on tunnel with spears at the end, and then it opens up so that
to
you
hook
can
in.
and it's fucking cool. It was
really cool. So now I know that in the beginning, the dialogue that we get, it sets the tone of the time frame. I'm still iffy on this. So now, is this after Return of the Jedi, or is it after Rise of Skywalker? Because it says that the Empire has fallen, but didn't the Empire fell after Return of the Jedi? Did it not?
Yes.
Okay, so which one is it? Is it after that, or is it after Rise of Skywalker? Because, that's the order, right? But it's still the Empire.
Well, the Empire's fallen, yeah.
Right, so...
But it's not. It's
so this is before Rey's time.
Yes.
So it's after Return of the Jedi then. Okay,
between 6 and 7.
Okay, then. Okay. No, not in between. It's after 7. Oh, sorry, 6 and 7. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking Return was 7. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, yeah, okay. All right. Had a whoopsie.
So I'm nerd with the knowledge.
Whatevers. I literally got my numbers mixed. That's all it was. Okay, so it's then makes sense. Okay, so a fight breaks out as the pirates invade the ship.
Yeah.
But like you said, the grapple after they pierce the ship, we see guys in helmets and stuff grapple onto the ship.
Yeah.
And they go towards the turret that's defending.
They got blasted at first because one of the bridges situations that penetrated got blown up.
Oh,
so
right.
Then it's kind of the equivalent of like in Pirates of the Caribbean again when they like fucking throw a hook and then they swing from their ship to the other.
Right.
But now they're like ziplining.
So
with, like,
so this one
situation.
they shot a line over and it grappled onto there, and then like I said, they go to the turret because the turret is about to start opening fire and defending the ship, but they go to the turret, place like C4 charges on it, jump off, and then boom, turret's down.
Yeah. which is cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Like this was a great opening shot, great opening action sequence, really good, really well done. So then gunfire is exchanged until the pirates take the ship.
Yeah.
And the people defending the ship are doing a pretty good job for the most part in the beginning, until that one wolf dude comes in and just lays everybody out. Just shoots the hell out of everybody. And then he's like, the ship's yours, Captain. And then this helmeted guy comes down, who I was expecting to be Jude Law, but he never takes off his helmet.
I'm pretty sure
I don't know. Yeah. So the pirates are after this ship because of the vault that's on this ship. And now the cargo ship, as the captain keeps telling them, like, we don't have any credits. There's nothing in our vault. We're protected under, what was it? Under Republic law or something like that. And the guys are like, well, if you don't have anything in the vault, then why is it like double sealed or whatever? He said,
basically like high tech sealed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why did you go through all this trouble to fucking have
it? Why do you have a fortified vault if you have nothing in there? So then he's like, break in. So then they go to weld the door off or whatever. They finally get into the vault, empty.
One Republic gold coin.
Yeah.
Gold credit, sorry.
Yeah, so completely empty with just a single credit on the floor. And then the guy the wolf dude or whatever he is, walks in. He's like, all those men lost for a measly single credit. And then the pirates turn on the captain. And he's like, well, he goes, okay, so mutiny then. And they just starts beating the shit out of some guy. They all start attacking the captain. And then that's the end of that. And then we get opening credits, and then we open on a boy who is playing with Jedi action figures, as a lot of young kids do. It
looks like he painted them to look like that.
Really?
They kind of look like they're made on their own.
Okay.
Because
I didn't think about that, but all right.
I think so. I doubt they have a toy store that sells toys.
Why not? Oh, you mean like that, especially on this planet?
Yes.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. And it wouldn't be hard to make those action figures, so that makes sense. So he's playing with his action figures. He is an only child, lives with his dad, and is pretty independent for a kid his age, I would say. And after seeing this kid's lifestyle in the beginning, this kid is literally living my childhood. It was cool to kind of see, and it was funny because as we get further into the episode, we were watching it, my mother and I was like, oh, poor kid, when he gets home. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, poor kid, he's got nobody there for him, and this and that. And I'm like, she said that, and I'm like, that was literally me as a kid. Yeah. I'm like, and I turned out fine. But,
take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. But yeah, no, literally, both my parents were, hardworking single parents. I got myself to school in the morning, got home. I was a latchkey kid, so I got myself inside, made myself lunch, chilled, watched TV, did homework, and then my mom would get home, cook dinner, and then, that's when I would see her. And yeah, I mean, it worked for us, you know what I mean? My mom did what she had to do to put a roof over my head and food in my stomach, you know what I mean? So, but no, I totally related to this kid, whose name is Wim. And as I said, he lives alone with his dad, so it looks like his dad is doing the single parent thing. I'm assuming his mom passed. Yeah. Were you getting that too? Okay. So I thought that was really cool. It really made me gravitate to the show a lot more.
Okay.
I connected to it for sure, and it was nice to see.
I mean, for me, I grew up like that too, but I was just always
You're always a solo kid, though, by yourself. Yeah.
Unless my cousins were over or I went to go see them, I was cool with just being in my room.
But I was gonna
hours
say,
alone.
I feel like it's different you being a loner than me literally being alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your parents were still there, right? Your mom was still at home for the most part, correct?
No, they worked opposite schedules. So my mom worked in the evening, my dad worked in the daytime.
Okay.
So, and then
to that point, though, one of the parents was still usually home.
Yeah.
For me, nobody was. It was just me.
Hey, usually Sundays they were both off, and then my mom be off like Wednesdays, and then my dad was off like Tuesdays or some shit like that.
All right, fair enough. So so yeah, like I said, it was like really depicting my childhood, like exactly. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So then Win leaves to school in the morning and arrives at the bus stop and comes upon a kid that looks like a humanoid elephant.
Yeah,
a little baby.
So originally
elephant.
they thought it was gonna be the same, because we see an elephant-looking thing with a trunk in Mandalorian, and we've seen them. There's one that I believe is a Jedi, and another one that was just like some random character in a movie. But this is a brand new species / character, true to the show only. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. And we see a lot of that in this first episode. See a variety of beings, of species of aliens. Yeah. And then there begins a play fight with imaginary lightsabers while waiting for the school tram to take a school bus. Yeah, they call it a tram, but it's a school bus to take them to school. So this show, the best way I could sum up this show is it's the Goonies meets Star Wars.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the Goonies, where the hell you been? It is a cultural and societal staple of film. You need to get on that if you have not. But yeah, so that's the best way I can classify this. So while in class, Wim is playing with what looks like you remember the Etch-a-Sketches?
Oh, his table.
Table. It looks like an Etch-a-Sketch, like what he was doing. So I was like, hey, that looks just like an Etch-a-Sketch, and I used to love that.
And he's drawing a Jedi.
Jedis, with lightsabers. So then, the droid teacher is teaching a lesson, and then the undersecretary Farah goes into class and talks to the kids about their career assessment tests, which looks like there's no escaping these kind of tests no matter what planet you're on.
Well, maybe not. I don't know.
Right. We'll see that later. But she talks to them about, that their career assessments tests are coming up, and she asks the kids, what does everybody want to do? And, a bunch of kids have different answers, and then she points to women's like, what do you want to be? He's like, well, my dad's a analyst and this and that. He goes, but I want to help people, like really help people, kind of like the way the Jedi do. And then they're like, well, that's what a safety droid does. And then, one of the girls laughs, and then that's it. That was it for that classroom session. And I thought that was interesting. So, like, this planet clearly knows about the Jedi, knows who they are. But it's just kind of like a no topic to talk about, I guess. Yeah. It's very like frowned upon to talk in that kind of manner. So the kids, I noticed, they're all riding these like speeder like bikes. It looks like, to get around. Like that's their little.
Well, not all the kids.
No, not all the kids. I'm saying some of the kids are riding.
It's just one kid in
so far, yeah. But there's all the kids have them.
Ride one.
Yeah, all the kids have them. We see that they have like these little like speeders. So they look like bicycles, but they ride like speeders do. Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Agreed.
So walking home with his friend Neil, who's the elephant humanoid, he sees him go inside his house and be greeted by his family with hugs and hellos and stuff like that. And he had this look on like where he's just like, you could tell he's like, man, I would like that. Yeah. Or I want that. So, and then he arrives home to, an empty house, and he has to take care of himself. And then we cut to Fern and KB working on their speeder bike after it broke down on their way home from school.
Right.
And hers is like, it's got like a sidecar for KB.
Right.
Which is kind of cool. It's pretty sick. And she gets gone on that thing.
Hell yeah, she hits that little ramp.
She moves, dude. She moves on that thing.
Cuts
she can ride. Yeah. She can control that thing really good.
And now notice that like the tram, all the other vehicles, they seem to ride on this like single track, and like when they turn, it like the arm like lifts and then goes back down.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, so they float, but it's just like a single piece that's like touching the track.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, so every vehicle has it, but these speeders.
Oh, okay.
So that's why, like,
she was able to go off road.
Yeah, and that's also why the droids yelled at her when she was weaving through traffic.
They're
like, "Hey, you!"
Yeah.
Because they seem to have like this controlled environment, and things are supposed to be a certain way.
Oh, for sure.
I think you missed I don't know if you said that part, but their careers is the great work. Like,
I was gonna get to that. Yeah,
and it gives me that vibe of like
I think I did skip that.
That line, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
But
yeah,
so the vibe, you said it gave you Goonies meets Star Wars. It gave me Goonies, but it also gave me like Divergent.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like they
For
have like
sure.
everyone has to do their certain role.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's what
I totally didn't think about that, but you're 100% right.
Yeah, like everyone has a role, and that's your fucking
it's
job.
Less
minus the what's the crazy
strict
crew?
Or it's less
segregated.
No, it's not fascism, like dictator style, where like you have to do this. You're under control to do this and that.
Right.
But
I
is
think all
that
of that is an illusion, because in reality they're being coddled and hoarded to do be sheep. You know what I mean? But most people just don't know that.
They can't even see the stars.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. So they are 100% sheltered.
Right.
And then we'll get to it in episode 2, but there's more to that, which is really interesting.
So these protocol droids are like, they don't let anybody become dauntless. You know what I mean? Like in the Insurgent or the Divergent series, like, so they all have to fall within
within a certain type of what they deem
right
contributing type of work.
Correct.
So you have
and
to
all the dirty work isn't done by humans; it's done by droids,
which is the best way to control somebody or control
society.
people. Yeah, society.
Yeah, agreed.
So like I said, there's a lot of levels to the show, and I'm digging every single one of them.
Yeah, and like as adults, we see this, but as kids, my kiddos are loving this. Sandy loves this. Isaiah
Jeremiah likes
loves it so much.
Yeah.
Which little sneak peek, mid-season and season finale, we're gonna have our boys on.
Yeah, that's right.
They're gonna be maybe not like live, like the whole episode. We'll run them through some questions and record them and kind of let them troubleshoot. That way, they don't feel the nervousness. of the camera.
For sure. We're gonna have a lot of fun though. It's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be cool.
So back to it. Fern and KB are working on their speedster bike, and after it broke down, and KB says that it needs a new power converter or something like that. And then other kids come by riding theirs, and they taunt them about the bike and calling it a baby toy. Like, that's the problem with baby toys; they don't last, or they break easy. And then Fern right away is just like defending it, and she's like, "No, we can still race." And then they speed off, then they leave,
which sucks. Because how the episode ends, there's not going to be this race no more.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, bet, say less. Pod racer type idea.
Oh,
that's what popped in my mind.
Interesting, yeah.
Like, oh, bet, let's see these fucking kids, Little Rascal style, race each other. You know what I mean?
That'd be cool.
Cute.
That would have been cool.
That's not going to, I mean, I guess could happen still, but not anytime
when she gets back, maybe. But so then we find out when Ferg gets home that her mom is the undersecretary that we saw in the classroom.
Yes.
Which is interesting. I want to know I want to know more to that. What's going on there? So Wim is home studying when his father arrives home from work, and he arrives. It's late already. Yeah. It's already this kid's bedtime by the time the dad arrives. So this kid is 95% on his own.
Yeah.
Which is sad. But so while laying in bed, Wim grabs a tablet style thing from under his pillow, and it seems to be like a book about the Jedi.
Yeah. Think of it of like
a guide,
almost. An iPad and a Kindle Fire mixed together with like this 3D illusion coming out of it.
Yeah, and then you can with a trigger you can flip through pages.
Yeah, but it's like pop-up book features.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is very, but like reverse pop-up book to where like it's in it.
Right.
Like the images are in it, but like they're like 3D inside of it.
Correct.
So it's pretty cool. So yeah, he's just reading about the book about what looks like just all Jedi info. Yeah. So then the next morning, we open up on the tram with Neil like yelling out to Wim, and Wim is chasing the tram down. He's like, "Wait, I overslept! Wait!" And then he's like, he yells at Neil, "I'm gonna take a shortcut," and then he heads back to his house, grabs his bike, and then he goes to the path that Fern and KB took through the woods.
But he doesn't jump over the ramp.
No.
He lifts his bike over.
He tosses it over, which was hilarious. Because the ramp was still right there. He could have easily done it. But anyway. So his shortcut, as I said, is a path through the woods. And he's seen Fern take the day before.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't see her take the actual path. He just seen her go through the woods.
Go through there, yeah.
Which is what he does. So he's racing through the forest, cutting past trees like crazy. And he comes to a large ditch that he's unable to stop at, and he falls in the ditch. Yeah. But while down there, he's trying to climb back up, and he accidentally uncovers a hatch.
Fucking dope.
And this is where things get interesting. So he sees that it's a hatch, and he's like, uncovering it more and more, and he thinks it's a lost Jedi temple. Yeah, dude.
This kid's obsessed with Jedi.
Oh, obsessed, dude, which is a good obsession to have, in my opinion.
Agreed.
So then a safety droid comes and scares the shit out of him, and he's like, "You're in violation of school attendance protocols." And he's like, "Come with me." He goes, "Okay." How? He can't get out, dude. That's what he was trying to do. So then his dad has to go to the school and deal with him being in trouble from missing school. So his
dad seems to just like not listen to his son at all.
100% is only focused about work. It's all that matters. Mm-hmm. So this is where Fern and Wim meet while waiting outside of the proctor's office, while Wim's dad is in there talking to the proctor. So then he comes out and he's like scolding Wim, and he's like, what's wrong with your clothes? What were you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then he tries to tell his dad what he found. He goes, "I found the Jedi temple, blah, blah, blah." And then he's like, "Oh, again with this Jedi nonsense." He goes, "I convinced them to let you retake the test, but it's a 50-point deduction on it, a penalty." He's like, "So you have to get every single answer right in order to just pass." He's like, "Dude, every single answer? Like, what the hell?" So then he's like, "I need you to go home and study, and that's it." And then he's like, "Yes, sir." So then the dad leaves, and then Wim starts to leave, and Fern's like, "You said you found a Jedi temple?" He goes, "Oh, no, I was just lying." Right there, just straight up lied to her, but she ain't falling for it. And then we cut to Wim going to Neil's house and to help him. So he goes to Neil's house to get Neil to join him. Mm-hmm. But he goes to the living room. He sees Neil's little siblings, and he's like, "Where is he?" And then they point up. So then this kid just, I guess, goes on the roof and then goes onto like a sunroof style thing onto the bathroom where Neil's just in a big ass bubble bath. Scares the hell out of him. He's like, "Does your dad still have the tools?" He's like, "Come with me." So then he recruits Neil to go help him. And dude, Neil's such a goody two shoes.
Yeah.
He's such a Boy Scout, dude. Like, relax, you're a kid, So then Wim and Neil arrive at the ditch, and Wim uses Neil to anchor him while he goes to like rappel down the ditch.
And he doesn't unravel the fucking cord.
No. Yeah, so he assumes that it's just going to unravel as he jumps down. But then as soon as Wim jumps down, he just takes Neil with him. And they both tumble down the ditch. It was so cute. It's so hilarious. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? So, yeah, because like he said, he didn't unravel. He didn't give it slack or nothing. He just jumps. Either way, even if he had slack, Neil is going with him no matter what. He should have anchored it to his bike.
True. Or a tree.
Something. Anything else but Neil.
This little kid.
Yeah. So then Wim once they get down there, Wim notices that the hatch is more uncovered. He's like, "Wait, somebody's been here." And then they hear this protocol droid. And then they're like, "You're in violation." They're like, "Explain yourself or you will be vaporized." And then they're like, "Who do you have a crush on at school?" And then Wim was like, "What?" And then Neil goes, he says the name of a student, and he yells it out. And then you hear the protocol droid laughing, and then KB steps out from behind the rock. He's like, "Sorry, she made me do it." And it was Fern. Fern steps out. Yeah. So it was Fern, the one that was already there. Totally didn't believe this kid, and how she knew where it was, don't ask me. We'll just suspend disbelief on that one.
Well, maybe she has some access to like the protocol droid's reports because of her mom.
You think it was that serious? I think she just went along that, because technically she jumps over that ditch to get to the school, or she had to.
Yeah, so she's probably familiar with the ditch.
So she probably just seen where, or just went along that ditch until she found it. We'll go with that. So then, so then the kids, after some discussion, decide to team up to dig out the hatch.
Yeah.
And then we see just the boys digging it out, and the girls just sitting there watching. And then Wim's dad arrives home to find that Wim isn't there. So he goes out looking for him and goes into the woods to look for him. So then the boys are digging out the hatch, and then KB sees like a panel that they uncover on accident. Which, her tech shades are dope as fuck.
Oh,
she could just pull them down.
Yeah, it gives me the, was it Rocksteady?
Okay. Yeah, no, I get what you're talking about.
Who wears them?
It's Bebop. It's the Rhino. No, it's the pig one that wears it.
Yeah, right.
Rocksteady doesn't.
Yeah, you're right.
But no, it reminds me of Data from Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the ones that look exactly like it. So this girl's a genius. She's like the tech person of the crew. Fern is the leader / badass.
Mm-hmm.
Neil, as I said, is the Boy Scout, and Wim is the one kid. He just gets into nothing but trouble. And that's his role of the team. And he's the bright-eyed adventure boy of the team. So she sees this panel and she connects to it and opens the hatch. So then they go in and they're looking around. And then they find a droid that they think is dead. And then Neil's like, wait, I think there's something in it. And then a rat pops out of its eye. And he's like, ah! And then, so they all go searching around the ship just to see what's in there. But then the hatch closes. And then they're like, they're like panicking. They're like, well, the only way to get out of it is to power it up, to open the hatch again. So then they're all trying to look for the power source.
Yeah.
So a way to turn it on. So then it's KB that finds, like, she follows the wires, right, and finds where the power source is, and then she like reconnects it, and she hits like the fuse, if you will, and powers it. It flickers, and she does it again, and then it powers it all up, and then they're all in different areas, and then Wim sees a flashing button, and of course, what does he do? Fucking presses it. And then he presses it, the entire place starts to shake all crazy.
Yeah, and it turns out it's buried upside down.
Yeah, it's completely upside down.
And it's cool that the spaceship can, like, realize that it's upside down.
Correct itself.
Correct itself. And
Well,
then take off.
from what we see, it's on an autopilot.
Yeah.
Because it, like he said, it starts to realign itself, flip itself upside down or right side up, and then the kids realize, they're like, "Oh my god, it's a ship, it's a starship or whatever." And then it starts to just go up, but then they open the hatch, right, to try to get out before it keeps going.
Yeah.
I just know the hatch opens, and then Wim falls out of it, and then they're all holding him up, and then their dad gets there and sees it.
Whoa.
Wim's dad. Sorry, I said their dad. Wim's dad gets there and sees that it's a ship, and he sees his son dangling off the side. I'd have passed the fuck out if I saw my son dangling from a starship. Are you kidding me?
And then it starts to turn.
Yeah.
So now they're like upside down, then it kind of gets moved over.
Yeah.
Kind of falls back in.
But then they luckily get inside of it before it flips upright.
Yeah.
And then the hatch closes. And then they what is it? Light speed or
Lightspeed,
hyperspeed?
Yeah.
Hyperspeed. Yeah, they hyperspeed into hyperspace.
Yeah.
And then end the episode. And I was like, yo, this is episode 1? What the hell, dude?
Super cool.
Yeah, it starts off great. Right into the story, right into the action. I'm loving it.
Yeah, me too.
So it was a really good episode. And then we get to episode 2 because, like we said, they dropped both of them
together.
Yeah.
I didn't even wait. I watched them like right back to back.
Oh yeah, of course. Who
Then
waits?
I was really tired, so that I fell asleep in the middle of the
Did you?
episode 2.
Okay.
It's like,
Yeah.
So Sandy didn't want to watch it with me. She's like, "What is this? What is this? What is this?" And I'm like, "Babe,
Sandy.
you know I gotta take notes. Like, you know what? So like, I watched it in the room because
Right.
it was already late and the kids were going to sleep.
Yeah.
And the TV in the living room was loud as fuck. So
You watched it on the second time with your son?
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I watched it and I'm like, "Come on, let's watch it."
So you watched it and you're like, oh, he's definitely gonna like this
For sure.
Okay, gotcha.
So then I watch it, and then Sandy's like, "All right, fine." Oh no, she's like, "All right, fine. Watch your damn show." So we start watching the show, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Wait, so what's going on?"
She gets into it. So basically,
Yep.
reverse to what the women do to us with the reality shows and shit, where we are like, the curse is
Yep.
so stupid. 4 episodes later, we're like, yo, I bet she ends up with this dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 100%.
Basically.
My wife and I are on Love is Blind right now, that reality dating show. That's a good.
I like.
Hey,
the
I don't care who
circle.
you are. You will get into that show.
Yeah, I got into it. It's
Yes,
really good.
dude,
Yeah.
it's such a good show.
Have you watched The Circle?
I have not, but that kind of show doesn't interest me.
The social media
That like
experiment kind of thing?
betrayal, backstabbing to get ahead, like that kind of show. Like
It's cool.
Survivor is the most I get close to that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I really enjoyed The Circle. And it gets cool. It's fun.
All right, I'll take your word for that.
But yeah, I would check it out. Anyways, so we watch it, and then she's like, "Yeah, I'm tired too. Let's go to sleep." So we
Okay.
don't finish episode 2, and then the next day, come home from work, and she's like, "Can we watch episode 2?" I was like, "Yeah, let's fucking watch it."
Yeah.
And then Isaiah comes, and then he starts watching episode 2, but we watch it from the beginning because we kind of can't remember what the fuck
Okay,
happened.
yeah, fair.
We're both falling
fair,
asleep.
fair.
And then he's like, "What is this? This is kind of cool." And then like he gets into it, and we're just all laid in bed watching it.
Oh, so he watched it in reverse, episode 2, then 1.
Yeah.
Okay, all
So like
right.
he rewatched 1 and then watched 2 again.
Okay.
But yeah, so they enjoy it. They enjoy it very much. So
That's
this
good.
episode opens up with the starship.
Well, first, what's the breakdown? What's the episode title and breakdown? Yeah.
Way out past the barrier. So as he said earlier, when they take off in hyperspace, in light speed, they
Before they get to that, they go past the barrier into space.
correct,
And then when they get into space,
they get wowed by seeing stars.
yeah.
This is the first time I think any of them have seen stars.
Well, at first Neil's like, "What is that? Planets?" And then they're like, "I think Fern was like, those are stars."
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yes.
So, oh, my bad. The summary of this one is the surprising stop marks the beginning to an unexpected journey.
Yeah.
So like I said,
it's literally they go. There's the first stop that the ship makes, and it goes straight to this like port.
No. They stop in the middle of space first.
Oh, right. After hyperspace, you're right. Well, I meant stop as in like a location.
Oh, correct.
But okay, go ahead.
So, like I said, they're in light speed. It stops,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're all kind of fighting on like not to hit the controls and what to do. And Fern kind of definitely takes control, and then the droid wakes up. Well, no, they hear like a thump, and then it turns out to be the droid, and it's the droid that the rat crawled out of its eye.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So it's now alive, or not alive, but
Awake.
Awake,
Yeah.
or on. And it's like you hear it stomping, and it turns out it has like a pirate leg, one regular leg, and one like the.
Get out! I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's why it limps.
Oh,
So it's like
I was
a normal foot with just like the pirate leg.
a stump, yeah,
Yeah,
or
stump.
a stick, yeah. I was getting very Age of Ultron vibes when he first wakes up and is in that
Yes.
half robot bot, or in that robot, the Stark bot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was getting because he was walking exactly like that kind
yeah,
of like
agreed.
limp.
But it's because
Maybe I was just distracted by
pirate.
that. Yeah, cool. Okay.
So I noticed that. I was like, why is he limping like that? I was like, holy shit!
Then you saw his leg. Yeah. Okay.
So the droid's like, oh, we got.
I did notice. I see the leg later when he uses it in the fight. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right, continue.
So the droid's like looking for the captain. He's like, oh, we got these stowaways, and then
Literally calling out to the captain, talking to the captain the
Captain,
whole time.
where are you?
Yeah.
And then she's like, the captain's not here. She kind of like,
I'm your captain now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
straight
dude, it was
Captain
cool.
Phillips. Yeah,
dude, I
Yeah.
loved it. This
Yeah.
Fern chick is pretty funny.
she's a badass, dude. I
she's a
like her a
badass.
lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh huh. So then he starts to talk to her, but she keeps saying, she's like, she leans in and says, "I killed your captain."
Right.
So I threw him out the airlock. She goes, "So that means I'm your captain now."
Yeah, and he's like, that seems very highly unlikely. That you don't seem like you're battle ready or something, something like that. Some like droid talk.
Yeah.
And then that's when Wim's like, I wanted to be the captain. He's like, oh, so fight to the death to be captain, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
Never
Yeah.
And then she's like, get us home. And then the droid's like, well, where's fucking home, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, at Atten. And then he's like, did you mean? And he starts naming other planets. She's like, no, at Atten.
Yeah.
So it seems to not be a registered planet for this droid. And
Yeah,
droids
which is
seem to-
sus.
it was sus.
Dude.
It was really sus. I was like, okay,
like
that's weird.
what? Your planet's not coming up in the data, like in the system. What?
Yeah,
So strange. Okay.
it was weird. So then it goes to the stars and points. Oh no, goes to the star point. So he goes, all right, we're gonna take you. I'll take you somewhere. And no, she goes. Take us to where you were gonna take us, so that we can get
Directions home.
directions,
Yeah.
and the ship fixed, because the ship needs to get fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they go to the starport, and it cuts back to being at Atten, and it's those droids. I wouldn't call them protocol droids, but they just seem to be like police droids, essentially.
Safety droids.
Safety droids, yeah, that's exactly what they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're searching for the source of the seismic disturbance, basically meaning that
Where the ship was.
where
Yeah.
the ship was,
Yeah.
and then they end up finding Wim's dad, whose name I can't think of.
I don't know if they ever said the name,
No?
actually.
But they say that he's in violation, and he can't be down there either. And then
He tries telling the droids what he saw and where his son is and all this.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're like,
illegal,
starships are illegal, basically. They're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be here.
Like, come
and
with
then,
us.
yeah, he's like, I need help finding my son. He's like, come with us, we'll help you.
Yeah.
And then it cuts back to. I've done this in a while.
Yeah.
Cuts back to back on the ship, and they start seeing skeletons with the crew all over the place.
Yeah.
So what's the elephant?
Neil?
Neil is like walking around and looking for Wim, and then he gets scared and sees a skeleton on the floor, and then turns up and sees another skeleton, fucking like with a sword through its chest, impaled into the wall. And Wim's like loving it. He's like, "This is so cool." He's like, "It looks like they battled to death."
Yeah.
And then they go into like this other like bedroom, and he's like, "Look, we all, it's so huge. We can all fit here. We all sleep here." And he plops on the bed, and fucking dust goes.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, ugh, gross.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't seem to give a shit.
He's
just
having the time of his life
absolutely.
right now. Yeah.
And poor fucking.
Well, this is the kid was dying for adventure, dude.
Yeah.
He's a kid by himself. Like that's what he was craving. You know what I mean?
Dauntless.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So he starts telling them that, like, maybe this was the old crew.
Yeah.
So then they land, but they stop space jumping. They land to the starport, and the place reminds me of Nowhere, in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
They have like the, that blue like beam of light that goes across to keep the oxygen in that rock, the floating rock that they're in. So yeah, it definitely gives me like Nowhere.
Yeah, for sure,
Like that. So they take a ferry to like the rock thing, and there's a little monkey looking guy.
Yeah,
is like their little ferry guide or whatever.
Shuttle, yeah,
and it gives me like vibes of like Pirates of the Caribbean, like Jack. So that's what I thought of right away.
Okay,
like, oh, cute.
Yeah.
And he gets in there, and then after that lands, the droid tells them to go on the ferry. I'm gonna try to fix get the parts that I need and fix the ship.
Yeah.
And then when they land, the monkey's like,
yeah,
hello, motherfucker. Like, gave me like
Pay up, yeah.
Home Alone 2 when what's the bellhops?
Oh yeah.
He's like,
yeah,
and he gives him fucking gum.
Yeah, that's funny.
But in this time, he gives him the Old Republic coin,
which is his
credit.
lunch money for the week,
right? And
that he took.
This fucking monkey flips out and runs off with the fucking money.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm rich now,
fucking
bitches."
payday, yeah. So that was kind of cool. It was interesting. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And when I saw the dad give him all those Old Republic coins, and they're like shiny gold, I was like, "Damn, these people are balling," or the dad's balling. But turns out it's not. It's not the case.
Those are dollar bills there.
Right. At Adden, but not at fucking anywhere else.
On this starport, that's bands, dude.
Yeah.
You're walking around with.
So, Wim decides to hide his money in his sock because he feels like,
very smart.
Why did this fucking like he kind of looked at the monkey like?
No, I kind of feeling like he understood that was way more than
what it should have been.
What it should have been, yeah.
Yeah.
He got that right away. That's why he said
I'm gonna get robbed.
Yeah, exactly.
So then they keep walking, and the crew, all the kids, they walk by like a strip joint.
Yeah.
And the strip joint chick, like, kind of like
peeps that there's kids there.
They're those fucking kids. Like,
yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Uh-huh.
And we see like, what's it called? Like a bunch of new species that I've never seen before. And it does look pretty dark and dingy and kind of scary there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get like Black Market vibes for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. So the stripper chick, who I don't know what her name was, she leaves her post at the front of the door and goes and grabs the kids. So she grabs the girls, right?
Yeah, Fern and KB. Yeah, because the boys went off in their own direction.
Right.
Yeah.
And after fucking Fern's like, let's stay together, she turns around and everyone's fucking gone. She's like, fuck.
Yeah. What did I just say? Yeah.
And then she's like, are you guys kids? And she's like, yeah. She's like, oh, what are you doing here? Where are you from? She's like, Ad. She's like, no, seriously, where are you from?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, Ad.
Yeah.
Like, what
they're
the
like
fuck?
She's like, that place is a myth.
Yeah.
Like, it's not real.
Yeah. And it's basically like El Dorado.
Okay.
You know?
It's like El Dorado,
this, missing treasure. Mm-hmm. That's what Ad seems to be.
Yeah, right.
And it kind of seems to keep checking that out with the Old Republic coins.
Yeah.
Or the credits, I mean.
Is it like a Shangri-La, dude?
Maybe.
It's got to be like this place that people think is not real, but it is.
Right.
Like, it's like a myth or a heaven.
So, but what is Ad hiding? That's what I'm
right,
I'm trying
dude.
to figure out what the fuck's going on.
That's what I'm saying. This place is completely sus to me, especially the way that we see how it's run. Dude, something's going on.
So the girls are like in the thick of it, and the boys are like, I'm hungry, let's go eat. The boys are being boys, they're boying.
100%.
And they're like, okay, cool. And he's like, I'll take two of whatever he's having. And he tries to act cool and shit. So he sits down, he eats, and then puts like this slop, breaks open this like gooey egg bullshit out there.
Yeah.
And not Wim. What's the
Neil?
Neil's like, no, it's okay. I don't. Too late. He's like,
He goes, yeah, I'll take it without the. Oh, and he just right into his bowl. Yeah.
And I feel like that's you. Like, if out of the boys,
I'm Neil. Get the hell out of here. I'm 100% Wim.
you're not that much of a boy. Like not Boy Scout, but like
okay, but look at it like this: out of all the people, like in our crew, who's the one person that's gonna press the button?
Yeah, you would.
Okay, I am 100% whim. 1,000. Don't you dare take that away from me. I am 100% whim.
Okay, well, I meant for the boys, but out of the crew, I guess you're right.
Yeah, no, I'm 100%.
So who would I be?
You are. The girls too. Yeah, no, out of them four,
definitely not Neil.
No.
I'd probably be one of the girls.
KB yeah, you're definitely one of the girls. I would see you more as KB more than Just because I know you like the leader role, I'd probably see you as Fern.
Fern? That makes sense.
Not as badass, but Fern.
No, not as scary.
Yeah.
She's a baller, bro.
Yeah.
So I'll explain why I said she's a fucking baller. So, after they eat, he's like, "Oh, what do you do? They don't fucking charity."
Yeah, they don't really eat, but after they get served,
and then
he's like, "Hey,
well, would this be okay?" And puts one of the Republic coins on the gold crediting, and he's like,
he peeps it right away.
Like, no, that's not enough. You got to tip, and then usually 5 credits, and and then the other guy sitting on the other side of the bar, and he's like, he's trying to fucking con you, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, mind your business, and he grabs his arm and puts it on the grill. And he's like, hey, where'd you kids get this shit?
Yeah.
And then, so we see that guy with the spiky things. He was in Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Mandalorian. Yeah. It's not the first time we've seen him.
Right.
He was on
season 3.
Whatever planet Cat Bane was on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Remember when he shows up and he's like...
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. You're right. Okay, yes.
So we've seen him... I think we might have seen him in season 2 and 3.
No, but wasn't he one of the pirates that the Mandalorian went to go help that planet with Chubbs? Was the mayor?
Chubbs.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was. Yeah. He was part of one of those pirate crew, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Which checks out. You know, they're on a pirate.
They're pirates.
Yeah, pirate and on the starport.
Yep.
So whatever. So they all like want to try to steal this kid's coins.
So the whole crew goes like chases the kids down essentially.
Right. Yeah. The boys down.
The boys. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Fern kind of comes out of nowhere and just fucking shoots in the air and just so happened to shoot a fucking flying droid, and it fucking just falls in front of them. She's like,
and she looks at it like,
"Oops."
Yeah, like,
I didn't do that.
Yeah. I meant to do that.
Yeah, and then so she's like at a stalemate with the spiky dude.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Come on, kid, put it down."
Yeah,
and
but they stopped. They know this girl means business.
Yeah. She definitely would have fucking put it right between his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the droid. Oh no, he steals the gun, but then the droid comes to save him. And
his name is B. Wait, what is it?
SM-33.
There you go. SM-33. They have some dope shirts already. Dope gear for Skeleton Crew.
Do they?
Yeah, man. I saw it on the Disney Plus shop. It looks pretty sick.
Yeah, SM-33.
Yeah, you're right.
Played by Nick Frost.
Is that who the voice is?
Yeah.
Son of a... I knew I recognized that. Okay, that's cool. My boy Nick Frost. Sweetness. From Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead and all that. He's he's Simon Pegg's best buddy.
Right. So the protocol...
You're Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, by the way. 100%.
Anyways.
So he comes in,
starts beating ass. Fucking pulls out some like cap shields out of his like gauntlet.
Dude, Wakanda cap shields.
Yeah. And like he takes the blast and they like heat up.
Yeah.
And then he burns the fuck out of somebody. Dude, like he's a badass.
He is 1,000% badass.
All of that with just 1 foot and a fucking stub.
Yeah,
like
dude.
He's a badass.
Hell yeah, man. This guy's sick with it. Yeah.
And so they make like a beeline for it. They get to the little ferry, and fucking little monkey dude's like,
I got you. Yeah, he's like, I got you.
You gotta pay up, motherfucker. And then the fucking droid gets shot from behind.
Yeah.
And it's that same wolf-like guy that we saw in the first episode in the opening scenes.
Who's now the captain of that pirate crew now.
Yeah, and also seems to run the Starport. He's like, who are these fucking kids on my starport?
How did they get here?
Yeah. So he not only is in charge of that old crew, he's also in charge of the entire Starport. So he's like Starport. Yeah. He's like a ranked fucking.
He's up there.
Yeah, he's like the Blackbeard of fucking.
Okay, you're heavy into the Pirates of the Caribbean references
because they're pirates. They're just space pirates.
I get it, but my guy, there's more pirates out there.
Who's more notorious than Blackbeard?
Hook. Captain Hook, sir.
Nah.
What?
Blackbeard is way more notorious than Captain Hook.
Oh, notorious. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I thought you meant like bigger name.
Yeah, Davy Jones. Like.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Hook fucking is.
I know it's more kiddie, but still.
Yeah, no.
Hook is the man. All right.
Rufio is better than Hook.
Fuck yeah. Always. So, all right. So then, so the kids get put into the brig. Right.
Yes. So, before they get thrown into the brig, what's her face? Fern is like, he's like, throw him in the brig, and she's like, no, you can talk to me, or like, she like basically like fucking stands on business to the wolf dude, and she's like fearless about it.
Yeah.
And she's like, if you gotta talk to me in my face or some bullshit like that. And he's like, I'll talk to you in a couple days, basically after her spirit is broken.
Yeah.
And I was like, this girl's a fucking badass, bro.
Yes, dude, she don't play. But yeah, so like you said, they get thrown into the brig. And then they realize that they're gonna have to break out. Yeah. And they see the keys dangling, which the guard just puts on a hook. Which, I mean, come on.
But one other thing before we get to the break part, also, they were like, "Where are you from?" When they were asking the kids, and she's like, "At Addington," and everyone kind of see like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah,
what? This isn't funny, kid.
Yeah. Where are you from?
And that's why I think the wolf dude didn't want to give them the time of day, because he felt like they were just fucking with him by saying At Addington. So again, this At Addington seems to just not be registered amongst the rest of the universe.
Like I said, people don't think it's real.
Yeah,
they think it's a made up place.
Yeah. And now they get thrown in the brig.
Okay.
And turns out there's somebody else down there with them.
Well, before that, so they realize that they're gonna have to break out.
Yeah.
And then Neil has the little rat with him. So he goes, well, let's try this. Maybe he could just go get the key and bring it back to us. So he talks to the rat. He goes, I need you to go get the key from the hook and bring it back to us, okay? So he puts it down, and a fucking rat right away starts going to it.
Straight to the key.
Gets to the key, and then starts cleaning himself, and then stretches, and then fucks off. And then they're like, come on, dude, you're right there. And then we meet Jude Law's character. Who is, very disheveled, very like been there for a while. Just looks like a person that's just been through it and been a prisoner for a while. And this is who I think was the old captain.
Yes,
right,
with the like silver helmet
thing. So
his character's name is Jodna Nawut.
Okay.
Jodna Nawut.
Jodna Nawut. Okay. All right. So he talks to the kids. He goes, listen. He goes, if you guys get out of here, take me with you, and I'll help you get out.
No, if you guys want to get out of here, I can get you out of here.
But you have to take me with you. That's what it was. Okay, so
and
the kids are like, well, we can't. The keys are over there.
And then he says this like line. He's like, the distance between us and the key is an illusion.
Yeah. And
he says it like all mysterious.
Yeah.
Very Yoda like almost without the.
I got more Morpheus from the Matrix.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The spoon doesn't exist. Like,
Exactly. So then he fucking Jedi mind tricks.
No, not Jedi mind tricks. He just force pulls the key to him.
And Wim's like, are you a Jedi? And he's like, shh.
And then end the episode.
My point is like, why the fuck didn't you do this before?
Maybe he didn't want to expose that he's a Jedi to those pirates. That makes way more sense than him just taking them all on with the Force, because that's a whole crew of pirates. Yeah. One single Jedi, unless you're Luke Skywalker, you ain't getting out of that, dude. I don't care, Jedi or not. That's a whole, especially with they all got weapons like guns and shit. While you're fighting some of them, the other guys are shooting you. You know what I'm saying?
And like he doesn't seem to have his lightsaber.
Right. There's only so much you can do if you're not one of the higher level Jedis like the Council or Luke or Rey or any of them, one of the higher popular Jedi. So yeah,
yeah, those Jedi that have plot armor.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically,
yeah, only the Jedi that have toys of themselves can get out of that. 100%. So yeah, man. I mean, the first 2 episodes in, and it's starting off with a bang, and I'm enjoying it.
Hell yeah, I'm loving this.
It's definitely doing what the Acolyte I thought was gonna do, as far as excitement for the season and stuff like that.
1,000%.
Yeah,
and again, I did not like it. The Acolyte.
Okay.
I had issues with the story and the fucking messing with the lure of shit.
Yeah.
But
they made some wrong steps and made some poor choices on that one. But it's gonna happen with some projects. But yeah, like I said, this one's doing everything right so far.
Yeah, John Watts is fucking killing it. I love that he's the producer and director for this. If you guys don't know who he is, he did the last 3 Spider-Man movies. He did. What else has he done?
Well, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are executive producers.
This, they're the Kevin of this.
So they got the right people on this project. It looks like they're taking this one serious.
Absolutely.
And this is sticking to Jedi lore and stuff, or Star Wars lore and stuff like that. So it's always good when that happens. Mm-hmm. But let us know what you guys think. Are you guys enjoying this? What are you guys' expectations from the show? What do you want to see come from this?
Yeah. So the plan with this is we're gonna cover it by episode or episodically.
Yeah.
We'll probably do like
every 2 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. Mid-season we'll do one, and then like for episode 5 we'll do one, and then the finale we'll do one.
Because if this keeps up with past shows, episode 5 is probably gonna be a big one.
Yeah.
And then the finale. So we're gonna keep up with that. We hope you guys join us for those. Okay. Coming up next, we are gonna have Kraven.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me. Same.
Look, I don't like the way Rhino looks, but I still think it's gonna be a good movie. And they said
I think it's probably the closest iteration of Rhino that we're gonna get, because it's Rhino in the show. That's his body. That's part of him. He just has a human face, right? That's what they did with this. I mean. And this one, we see him transforming into the Rhino, which is something we've never seen.
Yeah.
I'm liking this iteration of Rhino. I hope it lives up to the hype of it. But yeah, I think it's going to be cool to see.
Yeah. And they said that if this movie does good, this Kraven movie does good, they will tell another story of Kraven in the, what the hell is the comic called? The Last Something. Or it's like Black Suit Spider-Man or Venom, one or the other. Mm-hmm. What the hell is it called? But if it does good, and it does good in the box office, that we'll see Kraven again in another movie.
Sweet. All right. Yeah, because I think Aaron
Taylor Johnson,
I think he's doing a good job. This dude, he's got some of the best range I've ever seen. How do you go from Kraven, or how do you go from Kick-Ass to Kraven?
Yeah.
They are not similar in whatsoever. Yes, Quicksilver. He's played bad guys, good guys, dorks. This guy can do it all.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's a phenomenal actor. I love this guy's acting. He made a funny thing about. He was talking about Elizabeth Olsen, how he played her twin brother. Yeah. He also played her husband in another movie.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's like, so he goes, I love her to death. But yeah. So I thought that was funny how he played. Only in acting can you do that. Can you be someone's brother and husband?
I mean, fucking. What the dude that played Thanos?
Josh Brolin.
Yeah, and her were in a relationship in another movie.
You're right.
Yeah.
And then she was about to fuck him up in Endgame. That's true. Oh god, that's funny. So we got Kraven coming up. Hopefully, you guys go see that.
Oh, that's right. Aaron Taylor was he did a good job as like this snotty asshole in Fall Guy. Did you ever see Fall Guy?
Oh yeah. He was the actor that Ryan Gosling did the stunt double for.
Right.
Yeah. He did a good job in that one.
Oh, Aaron Taylor is in Nosferatu.
Is he really?
Yeah, the new one coming out.
Interesting. Wow.
Oh, I forgot he was in Taken.
He was?
Yeah.
In the first Taken?
I'm sorry, not Tekken. Tenet. Sorry, Tenet.
Oh, I'm like, get the fuck. Where was he?
No,
An extra? Like I didn't see
he's
him.
in Kingsman.
No, he's not.
Yeah, the Kingsman.
The Kingsman?
Yeah,
Like the first one? Like the prequel?
2021.
That's the prequel. Let me see.
Yeah, 2021.
Right, but that's not with the young guy.
Kingsman 3. Then yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's in that. He plays the bad guy, I believe, in that one.
Yeah.
Great movies. If you guys haven't seen
Godzilla,
Kingsman, go see that. Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. But yeah, so please go check out Craven if you guys
Yeah, he's
get a chance to go see that
more
for
movies
sure.
Than I realized.
Yeah, dude, he's been active for a while. So that's gonna be our next project, and then we're gonna have some fun stuff. We hope you get. We took a tiny break for the holidays. Yeah. We had a lot going on. Spend time with the family.
Up, but our New Year's episode, usually Christmas we go all out. We might do a small Christmas themed episode with whatever related topics we have going on.
Yeah.
I think this time New Year's we're gonna bring in the New Year with some cool shit.
Yeah.
I have a whole episode kind of planned out. So
nice.
You guys are in for a treat.
Yeah, he's been the wheels have been turning. He's been coming out, pumping out some really good ideas for the podcast. So we're excited. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But let us know if there's any projects that we have not covered that you guys want us to dabble into. We will, be more than happy to do that for you all. Kike, anything else? Last Point Skeleton Crew.
No, I'm excited. I hope this doesn't flop come mid-season, and I don't think it's going to happen. So
no, hell no.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. This is I'm really optimistic about this show.
Yeah, same
for
here.
Sure. All right, so that's going to do it for us today. We want to thank you guys for joining us yet again, and please share this podcast to any friends, anybody you think, any fellow nerds that you think will enjoy us. Help us reach that next hurdle of the 200 subscribers. We are so close. So please help us with that. And Kike, even in a galaxy far, far away, I'm with you.
To the end of the line.
Thanks.
If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Also, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all our new episodes and more.